ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे नाम तू अनेक स्वरूप हरे नाम तू अनेक स्वरूप हरे नाम तू अनेक स्वरूप हरे नाम अनेक स्वरूप हरे नाम अनेक स्वरूप हरे नाम अनेक स्वरूप हरे नाम अनेक स्वरूप। यशोदानंद आनंद नंद यशोदानंदन आनंद अनेक स्वरूप हरे नाम अनेक स्वरूप Nandana Surapati Mohana Surapati Garbhavinahi Surapati Garbhavinashi Surapati Garbhavinashi Hare Rama Kana Gopi Vimohana Yamuna Krishna Yamuna Hare Rama Rama Krishna Hare Madhava Hare Radha Krishna Hare Madhava Hare Madhavai Sri Madhusudana Krishna Yadava Chandravanamali Krishna Yadava Chandravanamali Kaliya Sadhana Gokula Radha Krishna Radha Krishna Yadava Krishna Radha Krishna Vinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Yamuna Jivana Manayana Manasa Chandra Chakura Yamuna Jivana Manayana Manasa Chandra Chakura Krishna Manasa Chandra Chakura Krishna Radha Mukha Chandra Chakura Krishna Radha Mukha Chandra Chakura Nama Sudharasa Kavu Krishna Rasa Gaura Hari Gaur, Hari Gaur, Hari Gaur, Gaura Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Hari Gaur, Hari Gaur. Hari Hari Bol. Jai. 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 Hari Hari Bol.
I think this is my third visit, Mataji, to this place. Yes. I think the first time we had second. I think the first time we had a class here, then we had a class there. We had a class here where we discussed about Sadhu Sangha. And we had a class there where we discussed Anarpita Charim Shira, chapter 164. I also took some rest in that room. That's why when I came to this home, I asked Mataji, can I take darshan? Because I knew that they all chose upstairs. Thank you, Shamchandra Prabhu and Rajilata Mataji, kindly having us all together. Thank you so much. My father's name is Shamchandra Prabhu. So when I see Shamchandra Prabhu here, I always say that you are like my father because my father's name is also Shamchandra Das. Welcome everyone. This is the second session out of our 5 sessions where we're discussing on this very beautiful song of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Yesterday, we discussed about 2 main points. Point number 1, we discussed about the parallels between Rupa Goswami and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And point number 2, we mentioned an introduction to the song, that how this song is the Bengali version of a Sanskrit prayer of Srila Rupa Goswami, where Rupa Goswami is counting out so many names of Krishna and praying, may my taste in chanting increase. Isn't that the main problem in our life? Only if we had taste in chanting Krishna's names, most problems will disappear. We have so much time to gossip and find faults in others because we have no taste in chanting. If our tongue was constantly chanting Krishna's name, if someone comes and tells us something controversial, we will have no taste because the tongue is tasting the higher taste. There was a very great sadhu in Vrindavan. A quick story to start with. Very advanced Vaishnava from the Nimbark Sampradaya. He would chant 300,000 names every day. That's 192 hours, like Srila Haridas Thakur. I mean, that was his breath all his life. Not after he took sannyas, but right from his childhood. In school once, it's described in his Jivan Charitra, in his description, his biography of his life. One time there was a theft in his classroom. Some child stole some money from some other child, and he was the common target. So they stole it from him, and when the teacher asked who stole, they all blamed the sadhu, who's going to be a sadhu in the future. He was always a sadhu, but to be recognized as a sadhu in the future. So they put the blame on him. So the teacher asked him, did you steal the money? He stood up and he said, no, I didn't. The teacher said, I'm asking you once more, did you steal the money? And the student just hung his head down and stood there. And the teacher chastised and punished the child severely. To such an extent that the child who actually stole the money felt guilty and stood up and told the teacher that actually I was the one who stole. Please don't chastise me. Now, the teacher's heart sank in grief, in disbelief that the teacher had chastised someone else for someone else's mistake. So the teacher asked this sadhu, I chastised you so much. I even used my cane. And you just stood there taking it all on yourself. Why didn't you tell me that it wasn't you? The student said, you asked me once, and I said no. The teacher said, but I asked you so many times later. The student said, if I would have continued to say, no, it's not me, no, it's not me, the holy name would have left my tongue. I have limited time. You asked me once, I said, now I will continue to chant. Now, if Krishna wants me to be punished, so be it. I will just tolerate. But you asked me once, and I said no. That's it. I can't go back and forth on how many times you asked me. If I continue to answer, then I can't chant. The holy name will leave my tongue. So my duty is to hold the holy name on my tongue. And whatever happens around me, I will tolerate. That's Krishna's mercy. How amazing is that? And he was like this all his life. Whenever anybody would come and ask him, can you give me one piece of advice by which we can get Krishna? He said, Naam karo, Baba, Naam karo. Khub Hari Naam karo. That's all that he would say. Just chant. Call out to Krishna with all your heart, you will get him. Kali kale naam rupe Krishna avatar. Kali kale naam binu nahi ara dharma, sarva mantra sar naam ei shastra marma. The essence of all Shastra is there is no other dharma apart from chanting aloud Krishna's names. So Rupa Goswami is saying, I wish my taste in chanting increases. And that's the same equivalent Bengali prayer that we are singing. Ityadhika nama swarupe prakama baluka mora rati rage. My Lord, with rag, with attachment, may my rati taste increase in chanting your holy names. Only if we could learn to chant constantly and sweetly calling out to Krishna, there's no problem. Because you have Krishna with you. Whoever says whatever doesn't know. Krishna's there with you. Tasting so much joy in the heart. The person, while chanting the holy name, experiences unbelievable burst of joy. Just by calling out to Krishna's name. Sripad Prabodhananda Saraswati writes, when someone chants the name purely, they see Krishna. And when they stop, the vision disappears. So now you want to see him, so you chant. So they constantly chant and constantly see Krishna. And then when they stop chanting, the vision disappears and they feel, alas, alas, I lost my Krishna. He was there with me. I lost him. Dear devotees, when the milk ocean was churned, what came out? Poison. But when the ocean of scriptures is churned, what comes out? Nectar. The nectar called holy. Brahmam bodhi samudbhavam kalimalam pradvamsanam chavgyayam Shrimat Shambhu Mukhendu Sundaravare Samshobhitam Sarvada Samsaramaya Bheshajam Sukhakaram Shri Janaki Jivanam Dhanyaste Kritino Pibanti Sadatam Shri Ramanamamrita. The Ramayana describes Brahmam Bodhi. Ambodhi means ocean, and Brahma means scriptures, Shastra. Therefore, somebody who studies the Shastra is called Brahmana, and someone who follows that path is called Brahmachari. So Shastra is called Brahma. So Brahmam Bodhi Samudbhavam. When the ocean of milk was churned, what came out? Poison. And who drank it? Shiva. But when the ocean of scriptures is churned, the nectar comes out. What is that? The holy name of Ram. And who drinks it? Lord Shiva. Shrimad Shambhu Mukhendu Sundaravare Samshobhitam Sarvada. He who temporarily held poison is eternally holding the nectar of Ram's holy name. Poets are, devotional poets are unbelievable. Dhanyaste Kritino Pibanti Satatam Shri Ramanamamritam. All glories to those tongues which are vibrating the two syllables Rama. And what is this? Shri Janaki Jivana. Ramayana describes even when Ram was not there with Mother Sita, Ram's name was there. And this created a very big problem. What was the problem? When Mother Sita was chanting Ram, 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 by the power of that vibration, her body was becoming like Sri Ram. And the attendants and the assistants of Mother Sita in Ashoka Vatika, headed by Trijata. Trijata was a very close, favorable, well-wishing friend of Mother Sita. So Mother Sita said, Trijata, please tell me, what should I do? Should I just be like this and not chant the holy name, or should I chant the holy name? He said, of course you should chant the holy name. Because yatra gayanti mad bhaktaha tatra tishtami narada. So if you chant the holy name of Ram, Ram will come searching for you. Hari sada vase tatra yatra bhagavata jana gayanti bhakti bhavena Harir Namaya. Neelkantha Goswami in the Namashtakam or Kevalashtakam describes, wherever there is calling out to the holy name of Krishna, Krishna comes there. You need one more proof? Let's start. Yani yani ha gita ni tad bala charitani cha dadhi nirmantane kale smaranti tanya gayata ekada grihadasishu yashodananda gehmi karmantara niyuktasu nirmamantha swayam dadhi. Mother Yashoda started churning, calling out to Krishna's name, singing. There was kirtan going on here, there was kirtan going on in the mind, and there was kartal being played here also. So there was karmana manasa vacha, kirtan going on in all ways. And yatra gayanti mad bhaktaha tatra tishtami, Krishna gave up his sleep and came to the devotee who was chanting. Krishna was sleeping in the next bedroom. In all stories you see devotees go searching for the Lord. Gajendra went searching for the Lord. Draupadi went searching for the Lord, calling out to the Lord. Here devotees just casually singing, and the Lord is coming searching. The power of Harinam. So Trijata said, oh Sita, you should chant the name of Ram. What is the problem? Ram will come. So Sita said, there is a very big problem, very big predicament. That when I chant the name of Ram, I become Ram. So when Ram comes, he will see Ram, but he will not see Sita. And that will increase his anxiety, because he's not seeing Sita. But on the other hand, if I stop chanting, I will remain Sita. So when he comes, he will see Sita. Everyone understanding? So what should I do? Should I chant Ram and turn into the complexion of Ram? And then when Ram comes, he will have a problem not finding Sita. He will find one more Ram, but he will not find Sita. Or should I just give up the chanting and remain as Sita, so that when Ram comes, he can see Sita? Trijata said, wrong. You continue to chant Ram, you'll become like Ram. Don't forget, he's also chanting Sita. So when he comes, it will be Ram chanting Sita, becoming Sita, looking at Sita, chanting Ram, becoming Ram. Power of the holy name. Dear devotees, the holy name is like a string, and Krishna is like a kite. The kite is dependent or independent? Completely dependent. On whom? The person who is flying the kite. But what's the connection? The thread, the string. So from a distance, when you see a kite, it seems as if it is Swarat. Janmadhyasya yatonvayadidarataschatheshu abhijna, independently moving. But when you go close to the kite, you can see Aham bhakta paradhino yaswatantra ivodvijaha sadhubhi grastharidayam bhaktai bhakta janapriya sadhavo hridayam mahyam sadhunam hridayam tu aham mat anyattena jananti naham devyo managati. That kite who looks independent, when you go close, you can see it's completely dependent on the person who's flying the kite with the string. So what's the lesson? The kite is the Supreme Lord. The string is the holy name. And the person chanting the holy name is the fire of heaven. When he chants more, the mic moves. When he chants more, pulling the string, you can see the kite comes closer. And when he doesn't chant much and lets go, if you let go the process of chanting, you let go the string, and that kite moves far away. Feels like God is very far away. And if you stop the process of chanting, you cut the string, it seems the kite is independent. How fascinating. If someone has Krishna's name on the tongue, they don't have to work. Absolutely no work. Death can come, Yamadutas can come, Prarabdha can come, Rahu, Ketu, Shani, everyone can come. All the demigods can come. All unfavorable circumstances can come. we will still win without a doubt, because Krishna's name is Anand. There is no higher dharma. Na nama sadrusham jnanam, na nama sadrusham vratam, namaiva karanam jantor, namaiva prabhurevacha, namaiva paramaradhyo, namaiva paramardhati. Greatest dharma, greatest karma is just to call out to Krishna's name. I am not saying Krishna's name. Yajnanam japa yajñosmi. He doesn't say Yajnanam Rajasuya Yajñosmi, Yajnanam Ashwamedha Yajñosmi, Yajnanam Vajapeyi Yajñosmi, Yajnanam Putra Kameshti Yajnanam Japa Yajñosmi. If you put your hand into the bead bag and sit on a couch and chant, Krishna will come searching for you. Here, right here. You don't have to go to any forest. The Lord of the forest will come into the city. Krishna will come searching for us. This is the meaning of Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur saying, don't try to see God, but act in such a way that God will be eager to see. Please repeat. Sulabham Bhagavan Nama.
Sulabham Bhagavan Nama.
Jibhacha Vashavartini.
Jibhacha Vashavardhini.
Tatapi Narakam Yanti.
Tatapi Narakam Yanti.
What can be a greater surprise and astonishment in a negative sense than the fact that the holy name is easily available and the tongue which is needed to chant is spit in the mouth? It's not that we have to pay some price to get the holy name. Ek mala ke liye $1. It's not easy. Sulabham Bhagavan Nama. And so many names are there. You can chant Evam Vrata Swapriya Nama Kirtya Jatanurago Dhrita Chitta Uchchaihi Hasati Rauti Rodati Unmadana Dhrityati Salopatahi. Canto 11 Srimad Bhagavatam. Chant the name that you like. Ahuda Nija Sarvashakti. Govinda Keshava Janardhana Vasudeva Vishvesha Vishwa Madhusudana Vishwarupa Shri Padmanabha Purushottama Pushkaraksha Narayana Achyuta Nrsimha Namo Namaste. So many names. And Jibhacha Vashavartini. The medium needed to chant that name is spit in the mouth, by the way. It will never be possible. Oh, I came to the temple, unfortunately, I can't chant. My tongue I left in the bedroom. If I would have known, sorry, Prabhuji, I can't chant. Not possible, right? You always carry the tongue, right? And leave it home. It's so fun, right? Love the innocence. Some are laughing at the joke, some are laughing at me. In that I get to know who's the child and who's the adult. Jibhacha Vashavartini. Sulabham Bhagavan Nama Jibhacha Vashavartini. Name is easily available, tongue is fit in the mouth. Tathapi, still Narakan Yanti. How did you still manage to go to hell? Oh, ki Ashtarya Mata Param. What can be more astonishing? How many doors to Vaikuntha? 1. How many doors to hell? 3. Trividham Narakastiram Dwaram Nashramatara. Why? Because where there is more traffic, more lanes are open. 2 lanes. You can multiple passengers. High occupancy. Because Vaikuntha hardly anybody goes. People don't even know where it is. कौन सा दरवाजा है? Vaikuntha है. Sorry, sir. Then we can open by mistake. Katham Vishnu Padam Proktam Durlabham Mati Durlabham. How is it to attain Vishnu? Oh, it is impossible. Because people don't know. Those who know don't practice. Those who practice don't achieve. And those who achieve feel they have not achieved. So nobody achieved. And Naraka, everybody. Sadhavik. Just like water when left, naturally flows downwards. But effort has to be made to pump it up. Consciousness is there. You leave it, it'll fall naturally. Shastra says, Jivhana Bhakti Bhagavat Gunanam Dheyam Chetaschatat Smarati Na Charanarvindam Krishnayano Navati Tat Shira Ekadapi Tan Anayadvam Asato Krita Vishnu Krityam. Sixth canto Bhagavatam describes if someone doesn't chant the holy name, because Yamadutas are confused after Ajamil passed that. Pakade to kinko pakade? They went and held Ajamil, Vishnu Dutas came and they said, no, this is our prophet. Who said Vishnu? Said, who is Vishnu? The greatest master is Yamaraj, said the Yamadutas. Vishnu Dutas said, I don't think you have gone through the journey of self-discovery. Because the second slide will be who's God. You go through that, then we talk about why do bad things happen to the people. You go through that, and we'll talk. So they come, the Vishnu Dutas come to Yamaraj, the Yamadutas come to Yamaraj and say, whom should we catch? And the qualification Yamaraj gives, catch someone, get them to hell. The Jivha na Bhakti Bhagavat Gunanam. That tongue which doesn't chant, catch hold of. And what if the tongue is chanting? What if the tongue is chanting? The whole creation bows down. Akrishti kritachetasam sumanasam uchatanam chamhasam achandalam amuka loka sulabho vasyacha mukti shriya no diksha nacha satkriya nacha purascharya manat dikshate mantoyam gati Shri Krishna nama rasana sprige bapala. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad says, by chanting the holy name, demigods prepare articulates to worship that living entity, because they know that now he's going to pass through our planet. Paramaji is creating articles to worship a person who started chanting the holy name, because he knows he was going to pass through Brahmalok. I will offer arati to him. Oh, amazing. Anulikhyanantam tadaparadam madhupate. Sripad Prabodhananda Saraswati says, if someone says Radha once, Krishna tears registers and registers of sins that they have committed. Anulikhyanantam tadapi aparadhan madhupate. Madhupati Sri Krishna personally tears notebooks after notebooks. Not academic. Later on, after I leave, mothers are saying, what are you doing? Amarendra Pr said. What did you learn from the class? Their notebooks. Sripad Prabodhananda Saraswati says, Madhupati Sri Krishna, he tears books after books after books. Which books? Which have the written record of all these things. Rupa Goswami Pada said, as soon as we start chanting the holy name, pen slips from the hand of Chitragupta. Because he knows very soon, whatever he is writing, all has to be done. So, इतना लिखिए उसका क्या? नाम लेंगे. Harinam is the most powerful lingua of bhakti here and the best friend we have. If you have Krishna's name in the mouth, सबसे बड़े श्रीमंत धनवान व्यक्ति हम घूम रहे. सबसे बड़े धनी हम हैं. The biggest, richest person in the whole creation is the one who's having Krishna's name on the tongue. Because he's controlling Krishna. From the kite example. Richest person who's chanting. He controls Krishna. Jai Krishna bhaje se bada chakru. Those who chant the holy name, they are most intelligent. Because they have saved themselves so much time from all other distractions and disturbances. Come to the essence, the heartbeat of devotion. Bhakti is the essence of the Bhagavad Gita, but Bhagavad Gita is the essence of the four Vedas. And the essence of Bhakti is calling out to Krishna. Tar madhya sarvasreshtanam santi. Mahaprabhu said, Bhajan madhya sarvasreshta navamida bhakti, Krishna prem, Krishna dite, dhare mahashakti, tar madhya sarvasreshtanam sankirtan, nir aparadhanam laile paiti. Our Mahaprabhu said that the essence of everything is bhakti. And the essence of bhakti is the call of Krishna. Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur was asked, what is devotion? He said, loudly calling out to Krishna's name. 1 minute. And because you see devotees chanting Krishna's name, you feel they are so advanced. I feel like doing something for them. Then when you do something to please them, that is Vaishnava Seva. When we don't chant Krishna's name, we don't value the chanting of Krishna's name. Then when others chant Krishna's name, we don't value that either. Then naturally we don't feel a desire to serve it. When we chant Krishna's name and we find that to be the greatest treasure in our life, when you find another person chant Krishna's name, you feel so happy that they are actually chanting the same name and you feel like doing something for them. You do things to help and serve them. That is Vaishnava Seva. The Vaishnava Seva is the root. Krishna Prem is the root. But it all comes from the chanting of the holy name. Why are we saying all this? Because in this song, Bhaktivinoda Thakur doesn't say Harina Shri Hari Tuva Aneka Swarupa. He doesn't say, oh Hari, you have many forms. He says Harinam, you have many forms. To tell us that Krishna and Krishna's name are non-different. Because the poet could have said, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur could have said that, oh Krishna, you have many forms, which is true. But he says, oh holy name, you have many forms. Why? Because when you chant the holy names, those forms are manifesting. When Bhaktivinoda Thakur is sitting and saying Vamana, Vamana is manifesting. So that is actually an avatar of this. Right? When you chant Krishna's name, the root manifests. Like for example, when I say mother, all of you are thinking of your own mother. And not just thinking of her face, you're also able to hear her voice in your heart. Think about it. Yes? And you're also able to see the kindness of her heart, what all she has done for us. And at the same time, you can also see her pastimes, her activities. You can see her Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. All of this just from this one word, mother. Just by saying your mother's name, her identity, her form, her voice, maybe the tinkling of her ankle bells, maybe her smile, maybe the sweetness of her heart, how kindly she would cook, how kindly she took care. All of that has come just by the name, is it not? And if that is just a material experience, think about the holy name of Krishna. That name of Krishna has everything, dear devotees. The whole creation is there in that name. But what is the greatest problem? Durdaivam, Idrisham, Iha. There is no anurag. There is no, that which is the heartbeat of devotion, that which is the source of all joy. Unfortunately, I have no taste for it. Someone asked this question, how do we develop taste? Is it that when we get taste, we chant? No. We work hard now and beg Krishna to give us that taste. Did Krishna say, Mother Yashoda, first I will get bound, then you run? What happened in the Damodar Leela? Mother Yashoda ran first and then Krishna got bound, or was Krishna bound first and then Mother Yashoda ran? It's not that Mother Yashoda bound Krishna nicely. And then he's running with the wooden grinding while Mother Yashoda is going behind. It doesn't work like that. First she's running. Swamatuhu swinnagatraya vistrasta kavarasraja drishva parishramam Krishna kripaya asit swandhari. First, Mother Yashoda ran. She was running and sweating and her hair was opening up and the flowers were falling. And Krishna was running left, right, center, and she was also running left, right, center. She tried so hard. Is it possible to bind Krishna? It's impossible, but she was trying the impossible. And seeing that, Swamatuhu Swinnagatraya, seeing that his mother was filled with sweat. And Viskrasta Kavarasraja, the hair had opened up and the flower was all over the place. Krishna looked behind and he saw on the day of Diwali, where everyone in Vrindavan is coming out and decorating Rangoli outside their house, and all the Matajis are very well dressed. The queen of all Matajis is running around with her hair opened up and flowers all over the place. Krishna felt, my mother is trying so hard. Drishva parishramam Krishna. When Krishna saw the parishrama of Mother Yashoda, kripaya asi. He got down. What does that mean? It's not that first we will have taste and then we will try. No, first we have to try. First nishtha, then ruchi. No taste, no problem. We will continue to chant. Sometimes people ask this question, I have no taste in reading. Just by reading, you will get taste in reading. Just by chanting, you will get taste in chanting. We now have to do it as a duty. Then chanting out of beauty will be later. First duty, then beauty. First out of vidhi, rag will come by Krishna's mercy. So this is the prayer. My Lord, after calling out to all these names, may my taste in chanting your holy names increase. As Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said this, he starts off with the first name in this song. What is the first name, dear devotees? Yashodanandana. Shaumam Vasaha Pritukatikate Vibhrati Sutranadham Putra Sneha Suta Kuchayugam Jata Kampam Subru Rajva Shakta Samabhuja Chalat Kankanam Kundalecha Swindam Vaktram Kavar Vigalan Malati Nirman. Shukdev Goswami describes how dear Mother Yashoda is. Shaumam Vasaha. As Mother Yashoda woke up on the day of Diwali, Sanatana Goswami describes the Vaishnava portion that the Damodar Leela took place on the day of Diwali. Shaumam Vasaha. What cloth was Mother Yashoda wearing? It was a saffron color, showing dedication, because the color saffron represents dedication. So Shaumam Vasaha, she with her dedicated cloth, saffron cloth, she had woken up in Brahma Muhurta that day. Why? Because she had to make Nirmamanta Swayam. I will make it. Shaumam Vasa Pritu Katikate Vibrati Sutranadham. She had a waist belt which went around her waist. My Guru Maharaj says, Hindi mein Parishram ko kya kehte hain? Kamar kas ke kaam kar. So Maiya Yashoda kamar kas ke kaam kar. One commentator writes, you can give someone something that you don't have. So before Mother Yashoda tried binding Krishna by the belly, she herself was bound by the belly, by the waist belt. Putra Sneha Suta Kucha Yugam Jata Kampam Cha Subruhu. Mother Yashoda was making songs of her own, not Vedic songs. She was making up songs of Krishna's baby pastimes in Braj Bhasha, and she was singing. अब दूध लाई यशोदा मैया, अब दूध लाई यशोदा मैया. She herself was singing. And now Yashoda will bring. Chanting through the tongue, remembering Krishna. Gopala Udara Charitam. Balya Leela Manoharam. Remembering the baby pastimes of Krishna, Mother Yashoda's mind was absorbed and she was chanting. How much love she has for that. Right from waking Krishna up to putting him to sleep, Mother Yashoda's hand is there in all the pastimes. Let's see how Mother Yashoda wakes Krishna up. We perform Arati, Mangal Arati. Mother Yashoda is actually performing Mangal Arati. How? Krishna is sleeping. Krishna's friends, they blow the conch shell outside the window. Hey Lala, wake up. We have to go to Govardhan. How much will you sleep? They think Krishna is sleeping all night, but Krishna has been dancing all night. They don't know that. And at around 3:36, he's come from there and slept here at 4 o'clock on the bed. So now at 6:30, all the friends are blowing the conch shell and buffalo horns and flutes. So that's the first conch shell that we blow before the Arati. The friends are blowing it. That Krishna, wake up, it's time to go to Govardhan. Then what happens? 5 minutes. 2 minutes. You know, you've got people there. Parents are pointing out to kids, kids are pointing out to parents. I don't know who is saying 2 minutes. In one of the cities that I was traveling, their parents were telling me about their child. That when the child would go to play, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, then the parents would call, oh, it's done, 30 minutes over, chalo, you have to come to study. And the little girl would say, 2 minutes. Then after 2 minutes, the mother will say 2 minutes over. Long time 2 minutes. Give me long time 2 minutes, which means more time. So Krishna was flipping and rolling over on the bed. And Mother Yashoda starts the arati. What is the arati, dear devotees? Let's go one after another. The agarbatti that we offer, the incense stick, it actually represents the tail of a cat. Mother Yashoda brings a cat into the bedroom and takes the tail of the cat and moves around Krishna. Why? To remove all the inauspiciousness from the bad dreams that Krishna may have. Because sometimes Krishna wakes up and he said, oh, I was a half man, half lion. And Mother Yashoda says, no, actually. Krishna is taking the truth. So the agarbatti represents the tail of a cat. Mother Yashoda gives it around Krishna 7 times. To take all the inauspiciousness, to remove the cobwebs of any bad dream. Then after that, as Krishna has gotten up and he sits on the bed, then there are lamps, fire. What kind of fire? It's dark room, so he has to step out. So the first fire represents Mother Yashoda sets lamps in the room so that it lights up. And Krishna knows where to step. He has light in the room. The second fire represents the cooking fire. She starts cooking for Krishna. The third fire represents heating the water because Krishna cannot bathe in cold water. He needs hot water. So in this way, every fire has a different meaning. And also for us, the 5 fires represents Shantarati, Dasyarati, Sakhyarati, Vatsalirati, Madhurirati. Krishna is being worshipped by the 5 rasas in Vrindavan. So after Krishna becomes ready, he steps down, he gets a piece of sweet in his mouth. There's light everywhere and hot water ready. Then, what do we offer the pujari?
Arghya.
Water, right? So that's Mother Yashoda bathing Krishna. Yad Roma Randra Paripurti Vidava Daksha Varaha Janmani Babuva Ami Samudra. Srila Bilba Mangal Thakur writes, when the Lord appeared as Varahadev, his body was so big that each pore of Varahdev's body, all the 7 oceans could fit and still leave the pore half. Each pore on Varahadev's body was so deep, was so gigantic, that the 7 oceans could fill up each hair pore on his body and still leave it half full. And that same Lord, when he came as Krishna Bal Gopal, what was Mother Yashoda bathing him with? 1 palmful of water. She would bathe him with 1 palmful. So we are back to it. So Sripad Bilva Mangal Thakur says, that Lord who is as Varahadev, 7 oceans are filling up each pore and still he's not able to bathe properly. From whose lotus feet the Charanamrit, even Brahma is filling his water pot with. That Lord, when he comes as Krishna, Mother Yashoda loves him so much. Just 1 palmful of water, Baba, chalo, get off the bathtub. You've been bathing for quite some time. That is Krishna's bathing. And then after that, what does the pujari offer? No, not flower. No, vastra. That's correct. So, 2 meanings to this. One is to wipe Krishna's body, and the other is a cloth as a gift to Krishna. Why? Krishna may go into the forest. What if he feels like sneezing? So Mother Yashoda's cloth is there. What if Krishna steps on something accidentally? What if there's a snake bite? You have to tie it. Mother Yashoda gives that cloth. That before you go to the forest, this is a gift to myself. So first the agarbatti, then ghee lamp, then water, then cloth, then flowers. After dressing Krishna up, Mother Yashoda doesn't put ornaments, but she's putting the ornaments of fresh flowers. Dheer samire yamuna tire vasati vane vanmani.
Krishna's Vanamali is decorated with forest flower garlands by Mother Yashoda. Earrings also flowers. Bracelet also flowers. Armlet also flowers. Ankle bells also flowers. And then lots and lots and lots of garlands. What does the pujari offer after that? Charmer. Because when she decorates Krishna with so many flowers, the honeybees come. So Mother Yashoda takes the charm, right? Go away. These flowers are for my son, not for you. The flowers of Vrindavan are so attractive, so aromatic, so fragrant. But yet, when Krishna removes a garland, it's not Krishna's body which is fragrant with the garland. Krishna's flower garland becomes fragrant with Krishna's body. So all the bumblebees come all over the place, and the pujari is in the form of Mother Yashoda, shooing all of them away. And then finally, what does the pujari offer? The peacock feather. Mother Yashoda, after dressing Krishna up so beautifully, puts a peacock feather on the head. By then, what happens to the cowherd boys who are waiting outside? The second Kangshal at the end of the arati. In this way, Krishna wakes up and is decorated so beautifully by Mother Yashoda. Is it making sense to everyone? No? You're all in samadhi? Harikatha is very, very, very merciful. That samadhi which even yogis can't reach. Devotees reach that samadhi 15 minutes into the prayer. He keeps samadhi. Even when jokes are cracked. One devotee was saying at the end of a class to me, everything is okay, but you beach mein murdang uthane kirtan mat karo. Either do kirtan at the start or at the end. Don't do in the middle. I said, what is the problem? He said, hame sune nahi milta. We come to sit to at least take some rest between two kirtans. You start kirtan in the middle also. Out of many flaws that I have, this is one. This is Mother Yashoda's contribution. Nemam virinchina bhavo nashri rapyanga samshaya prasadam lebire gopi yattat prapa vimuktida nanda hakim akarot brahman shreya eva mahodayam yashodacha mahabhaga papau yasya sthanam. Bhagavatam describes how great is Mother Yashoda that Lord who sleeps on the ocean of milk gives up the ocean of milk to come and drink her breast. How great is that Mother Yashoda? It's not that he doesn't have milk, but that milk ocean doesn't have what is there in the heart of Mother Yashoda. That is pure spontaneous love. Krishna gets obeisances everywhere in the creation, but nobody ever has shown the stick to him. Never. I would always wonder what is so special in the Damodar Leela. Because Damodar Leela is the only Leela we say we keep it on the altar for 30 days. For Vaishnava community, we say if somebody makes a mistake, forget, don't publicize. But when Krishna gets punished, we put him on the altar with the punisher for 30 days. And in fact, we start distributing lamps also. Tumbi. And then Shastra says, if anybody doesn't offer a lamp, they will go to hell. So then that to 4, 2, 3, 7. ध्यान से देखो. Culprit को देखो. चैन से सोना है तो जाग जाए. देखो कि शख्सियत ये वही है जो जाके घर घर जाकर मट्टी फोड़ते हैं. Look at the subtlety. So I used to always wonder what is so special in Damodar. What bound? What is so? And Krishna was very kind. He gave a small reciprocative realization. Can I share it with you? Kashto yadyapi vidyate vanacharena ugrena bringena vai tenaivatma chidyate ambuja palasha siddhi mattalina ityaswadya viguda tattvam atulam balyepi yenoditam Tam Damodara Brinda Bhupa Manisha. I thought of putting it in Sanskrit. So the meaning is Kashto Yadyapi Bhidyate Vanacharena Ugrena Bringena. A honeybee, when it is agitated, it can break through even wood. Agree? Nobody please go and agitate a honeycomb. They are Ekehna Kuru Nandana. They are not Bahu Shakaya. They will take one person. Anya Abhilashita Shunya. They don't see any other. So, Kashta means wood. Kashto Yadyapi Bhidyate Vanacharena Ugrena Bringena. A bringer, a honeybee, when it is ugra, when it is agitated, it can break through even wood. But Tenai Vatra Na Chidhyate Ambuja Palashasidu Mattalina. When that same bumblebee sits in the middle part of a lotus flower and drinks the honey from that lotus flower, it becomes so intoxicated by that lotus that when the sun sets, the lotus petals close, and that same honeybee doesn't have the power to cut through and tear through the petals of the honey. What does it mean? Krishna is the honeybee. Krishna is the, and the demons are the wood. When Krishna gets agitated and Krishna has to display chivalry, veerras, he can cut through the wood like demons. But that same bumblebee or honeybee called Krishna, when he sits on the lotus flower of Mother Yashoda's heart and starts drinking the nectar of her motherly love, the petals of her rope go around him and he has no power to break. Does everybody understand? So the honeybee can break through wood, but it can cut through the petals of a lotus. So similarly, Krishna can cut through the wood of so many demons. Agasur, Bakasur, Dhenukasur, Vastasur, Aristasur, so many others. But he can, as an intoxicated honeybee, drinking the nectar of Mother Yashoda's love, tear the petals of the rope that she is binding around his belly. Ityaswadya Viguda Tattva Matulam Balyepi Yenoditam. He who in his childhood taught all of us this principle. Tam Damodara Bringa Bhupa Manisham Bande Yashoda. I bow down to that son of Mother Yashoda, the best among the honeybees. Therefore, Krishna is called Yashodananda. When you call Krishna by his name, he's not very. But when you call him by the name of his dear devotee, headed by his mother, oh, he's very happy. Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj says, if you want to get the mercy of Mahaprabhu, call him as Jai Shachinanda. Jai Shachinanda. Jaya Shachinandana Jaya Gaurahari. Jaya Shachinandana Jaya Gaurahari. Jaya Shachinandana Jaya Gaurahari. Jaya Shachinandana Jaya Gaurahari. Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaurahari. Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaurahari. Yashodanandana Brajajanarasthana. Krishna is not only the property of Yashoda, he's also the property of Nanda Baba. Now all the fathers are happy. Nanda Baba ki
Jai.
So in this song, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Yashoda Nandana Ananda Vardhana Nanda Tanaya. Nanda Tanaya means the son of Nanda Maharaj. Tanaya means son. Tam Pranamami. Sri Shachi Tanaya. Tanaya means son. What is the relation Nanda Baba has with Krishna? Oh, it is described that Krishna only recognized Mother Yashoda. He didn't recognize Nanda Baba initially, after birth. Because Nanda Baba used to always be busy in meetings. And it was Mother Yashoda playing with Krishna. So when Nanda Baba would come, he was playing with Krishna. Krishna was like, who is this weird person who comes? And it's not even Christmas. Like, why is Santa Claus coming? Who is this person with a white beard coming? Why are you doing that to me? Like, Nanda Baba would feel so sad that Krishna was not recognizing him. And then he kept doing this for some time. And then that day came, and Krishna looked at Nanda Baba. And can you imagine the heart of Nanda Baba? How much joy that Krishna actually finally started to recognize his father. Actually, when Nanda Baba would sit in meetings with his brothers, Sunanda, Upananda, etc., Krishna would be sitting on Nanda Baba's lap and he would be holding his beard. Baby Krishna would be sitting on Nanda Baba's lap and holding his beard. And everyone's talking, Krishna would be holding the beard and looking at everyone. But when suddenly he realizes the beard is moving, that's when Nanda Baba starts to talk. So when he's talking, his beard is moving. So Krishna will look up. And he's amazed. His beard is moving and he's looking, laughing. So amidst Gram Panchayat meetings about what has to be done in Vrindavan, baby Krishna is sitting here and having the best time of his life. Eternal life. Best eternal time of his eternal life. Holding the beard of his father and observing as Nanda Baba is learning to talk. According to Krishna. But still then Nanda Baba was quiet. Now you go. Fascinating for Krishna. Krishna loves his father so much. When Mother Yashoda bound Krishna, it was Nanda Baba who released him. So before the Damodar Leela, anybody would ask Krishna, whose son are you? He would say, Yashodanandan. But after the Damodar Leela, when someone would come and ask Krishna, whose son are you? Are you Yashoda's son? No. Whose son? Nanda Tanaya. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur has put that in that same order. Before the Damodar Leela, it was Yashodanandan, that Krishna would say. Yashodanandana, Anandavardhana, Nanda Tanaya. So after the Damodar Leela, when someone would ask Krishna, are you Yashoda's son? No, I am Baba's son. He's the one who released you. Then Mother Yashoda would come to Krishna, really, Krishna, you forgot Krishna, and leave the lap of Nanda Baba and run to Mother Yashoda. Nanda Baba would say, that's it, you left me, I don't leave the mother's lap and come. In this way, Krishna was like a soft toy being played by the lap of Nanda and Yashoda. Therefore, Raghupati Upadhyaya, Chaitanya Charitamrita. When Mahaprabhu meets him at Varanasi, Mahaprabhu asks Raghupati Upadhyaya, please speak some Krishna Katha. Who is your worshipable deity? And Raghupati Upadhyaya says, Shrutim Itare, Smritim Apare, Bharatam Anye Bhajantu Bhavabhitaha, Aham tu Nandam Vande, Yasya Alinde Parabram. And Mahaprabhu fainted in ecstasy listening to this word. What does it mean? Raghupati Upadhyaya said, the Shrutis glorify him as God, so be it. The Smritis glorify him as God, so be it. The Mahabharat, Bharatam Anye, Bhajantu Bhavabhitaha. All the scriptures glorify him as God. And Krishna is the worshipable deity for everyone. No problem. But my Ishtadev, my worshipable deity, Aham tu Nandam Vande. I bow down to Nanda Maharaj. Why? Yasya Alinde Parabrahma. In whose courtyard that God learned to crawl. Beta hai, Baba. Krishna can say, Pita, Aham Asya Jagato. Nanda Baba says, who is your Pita? I am your Pita. You can say Bhagavad Gita. Who taught you that? I taught. Rupa Goswami Pad says, Jnanavalambaka kechit kechit karmavalambaka vayam tu haridasanam padatanavalam. He says there are those who study a lot of Shastra and they quote a lot of grammar and Sanskrit and all that. Let them find Krishna through their texts. And then there are those who work very hard, try to please the society, and they may go that far. My obeisance to them to Rupa Goswami. But as far as I am concerned, Rupa Goswami says, I don't take shelter of any path except holding the footwear of the devotees on mine. Vayam tu haridasanam padatranavalambaka. My shelter, Rupa Goswami says, is the chappal, the footwear of pure Vaishnavas on mine. See, Sripad Ramanujacharya, that is servant, by the name Dasharati. Ramanujacharya once told Dasharati, please pack all the deities. We have to go a long way. Dasharati packed Lakshmi Narayan deities of Ramanujacharya in the bag and also put Sripad Ramanujacharya's footwear in the same bag. Sripad Ramanujacharya said, what is this? I told you to pack all the deities. He said, Gurudev, that's what I have done. Those are your deities, these are my deities. Lakshmi Narayan are your deities, your footwear are my deities. Therefore, Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya says, Namo Namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam. I bow down to the footwear held by the spiritual master. Why? Because everyone goes to take the dust from the lotus feet, but the lotus feet comes on the footwear to deposit the dust on the slippers. So why we are saying all this? Krishna taught the whole world this lesson by holding on the footwear of Nanda Baba on him. That everyone holds on to my feet, but I am holding Nanda Baba's feet. That is how dear Nanda Baba is. When Krishna and Balaram were babies, Nanda Baba would carry them on the shoulder for a bath. He would hold the hands of Krishna here, hold the hands of Balaram, and they're on the shoulders, and Nanda Baba would take them like this. And they're jumping. Krishna and Balaram are jumping on the shoulder. Nanda Baba would hold their hands and they would say, my daddy is strongest. Nanda Baba would carry Krishna and Balaram on the shoulder. Where? Just take care of that. To Pavan Sarovar in Nandagram. And Nanda Baba would say, now first I will take bath, then I will give you a bath. And Krishna would say, no, I want to take bath. Nanda Baba would say, okay, I'll give you a bath. Balaram would say, no, I will take bath first. Nanda Baba would say, who wants to take bath first? Oh, I want to. No, Dad, I want to. I want to. Both are fighting. So what would Nanda Baba do? He would hold the hands of Krishna and Balaram like take them to Pavan Sarovar. One, Krishna happy? Happy? One more thing. And in this way, after satisfying their desire, then holding both of them, he would take. How dear is Nanda Baba? Therefore, Nanda Tanaya, this word has been used by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he says, because Krishna has the love of Nanda and Yashoda, Krishna in his heart is a Rasa Kupa. In the first stanza, let us read. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Harinama Tuva Aneka Swarupa Yashoda Nandana Ananda Vardhana Nanda Tanaya Rasa Kupa. Oh Krishna, because you have the love of Nanda and Yashoda, your heart is a Rasa Kupa. It's a well of sweetness. Actually, Krishna is Rasa Sagar. But why the word Kupa has come? Because well represents something very sweet. The ocean comparison could have a drawback that the ocean is salty. So if you say Krishna's heart is an ocean, then well, is it salty? Well, water may be less, but it is always sweet. Another meaning is Krishna's heart is like a well. Very few people can get in. Actually enter Krishna. You know what is Krishna's heart? Krishna says, Pancha Yojana Vistirnam Dhamam Chadayam Mama. Sri Vrindavan Dham, Krishna says, anyone who enters Vrindavan has entered my heart because Vrindavan is my heart. Pancha Yojana Vistirnam. This Vrindavan Dham is my heart. Dhamacha Hridayam Mama. The reason I'm quoting the Sanskrit when we say something is for authenticity. Tomorrow, someone will say, oh, what is the value of what my thoughts are? Because I'm not a pure devotee. But when we make a statement, if we substantiate it, validate with some proof, then what we are speaking is in line with that. Right? Otherwise, what is the value of this third class person? Like my opinions have no value. So Krishna has said, Pancha Yojana Vistirnam Dhama Sarvajana. This Vrindavan Dham, anybody who went, the Rasa Kupa, Krishna's heart is very sweet, very, very sweet. Very soft. It is described in Shastra when Krishna plays the flute, standing under a tree. The tree feels so happy hearing the flute sound of Krishna that it starts dropping leaves to do Abhishek. Because the tree starts thinking. Krishna said, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Uparitam Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. I don't have water. My tree doesn't have fruits or flowers, but one thing I have that I can offer Krishna is the start of the verse Patram. So he starts offering the leaves, the tree. The tree starts shedding the leaves. And as Krishna, as Gopinath is playing the flute, the leaves are aiding him with affection. And one leaf falls on Krishna's forearm. And after Krishna finishes singing and playing the flute, he looks, there is a leaf on the forearm. So he removes the leaf. And Krishna's forearm is so soft that the imprint of the leaf is found on the forearm. When Krishna removes the leaf, the imprint of the leaf is on the forearm. Because you are what you eat. Right? What does Krishna eat? Butter? आहार शुद्धि सत्व शुद्ध सत्व शुद्धि ध्रुव स्मृति जैसा अन्न वैसा मन जैसी पानी वैसी वाणी. So if Krishna is eating butter, what is he made up of? Butter. Very soft. If Krishna's forearm is that soft, can you imagine how soft Krishna's cheeks are? One Brajvasi poet by the name Sukhadas, he writes, Krishna's cheeks are always full because he has laddus inside. So inside the gal, inside the cheeks, he has goras, which means laddus. And outside he has goraj, the dust raised by the hoof prints of the hooves of the cows. So he says, गोरस से भरे हैं कपोर जय जय राधा रमण गोरज से भरे हैं कपोर जय जय राधा रमण. So Krishna says, if my mouth, my cheeks are filled with goras and goraj, what do you have in return to offer me if I'm giving you so much joy? Sukhadas says, Sukhadas dikha bina mol jai jai radha raman hari. Oh my Lord, I as Sukhadas, I sell myself to your lotus feet without a price tag. Sukhadas dikha bina mol. Mol means price. Bina mol. मैं अपने आप को बेच रहा हूँ. जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल राधा रमण हरि
how soft are his cheeks? So soft that Namani Ishwaram Satchit Ananda Rupam Asatkundalam. Sripad Sanatan Goswami describes when you talk about someone, you don't start talking about their earrings. Right? Even before speaking about Krishna's eyes and face, he says Lasat Kundalam, moving earrings. Why? To say all glories to these earrings who are supposed to be here, but they're so attracted by the sweetness of Krishna's cheeks that they keep swinging to kiss it. On the pretext of swinging, even when Krishna is steady, they're actually kissing Krishna. Krishna. If Krishna's forearm is so sweet, how sweet is Krishna's cheeks? And if Krishna's cheeks are so sweet, how sweet is Krishna's face? And if Krishna's face is so sweet, how sweet are Krishna's lips? If Krishna's lips are so sweet, how sweet is Krishna's smile? Actually, everything about him is sweet. Adharam madhuram, padaram madhuram, adharam madhuram,
Vadana Madhura, Vadana Madhura, Dayanam Madhura, Masitam Dayam Madhura, Damanam Madhura, Dayam Madhura, Damanam Madhura, Madhuradhipate Rakila Madhura, Adaram Madhura, Madaram Madhura, Nayana Madhura, Masita Madhura, Daya Madhura, Kamana Madhura, Madhuradhipate Rakila Madhura, Madhuradhipate Rakila Madhura, Madhuradhipate Madhuradhipate. Jai.
It's like saying how sweet the sugar is. This morsel is sweet. Actually, the whole sweet is sweet. Sripad Bilomangal Thakur, he says there is some sweetness in this world, is it not? One sweetness. But Krishna's form, two sweetness. Krishna's face, three sweetness. And the smile on that face, four sweetness. Madhuram madhuram vapurasya vibho. Madhuram madhuram vadanam madhuram. Madhu gandhi mradhu smitam etadaho. Madhuram madhuram madhuram. Krishna is very sweet. Therefore, he is rasakupa. If Krishna's forearm is so soft, how soft are Krishna's cheeks and Krishna's face? And if Krishna's face is so beautiful and soft, how soft is Krishna's heart? Krishna's soft heart is so soft that anyone whom Krishna kills, they go back on that to God. Putana came to kill him. And what did she get? Esham Ghosha Nivasinam Uta Bhavan. Tvam deva rateti na cheto vishwa phalat phalatvad aparam kutrapeyan muhyati sadveshadiva putana pisakula tvam deva devarpita yad dhamartha surit priyatmatanaya pranashayatva. Brahma ji said that what did you see in Putana? Kya dekha isme? Krishna says sadvesh. माँ के कपड़ा कंप्लाई हमें यशोदा का स्मरण था. What did you see in Putana? Brahma ji asked in the Brahma Stuti. Krishna said sadvesh. I saw her wearing Vaishnav. She was wearing the clothes of my mother. I thought if the external is like mother, internal has some problem, no problem. Internal also I'll give her motherly destination. Aho bakiyam stanakala kutam jighamsaya payadapya sadvi lebe gatim dhatrim uchitam tatonyam kam vadayalum sharanam prati. When this benediction was given to Putana and Krishna was interviewed, kaisa laga aapko? There are people sometimes drowning in a flood and the reporter will somehow reach there. And this person is like, like swimming, drowning. आज हम पहुंचे हैं हैदराबाद में, देखो जहां फ्लड चल रहा है, यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं मेरे पीछे सब डूब रहे हैं, मर रहे हैं सब, ये कैसे तो करके बच गए, जाके पूछते हैं इनको कैसा लग रहा है इनको, भैया कैसा लगेगा, हाउ विल यू फील, पता है कि सब हमारे दर्शकों को पता है आपको कैसे फील हो रहा है, क्या लग रहा है आपको, मतलब आपकी क्या मनोवृत्ति कैसी है, क्या कहेगा वो, अच्छा लग रहा है, बहुत बढ़िया लग रहा है, ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं रुबड़ी पा रहा हूँ. But the only good thing that comes out of that is reminds us of the interview that Krishna went through after Krishna. क्या देखा है? So Krishna says, "Ledhe gatim dhatrim uchitam tatomyam." I gave her dhatri gati, and I don't think I was merciful. Uchitam. She deserved it. She was motherly. She came to kill you. Krishna said, she came all the way. Has anyone from Mathura to Vrindavan ever come by air? You get off the station in Mathura, and you will see people. Vrindavan, chalo Vrindavan. The cycle rickshaws and also the rickshaws, auto rickshaws, motors, so many are there. So you will either take that, or if you're Zolan as Radhanath Maharaj, you walk from Mathura to Vrindavan like Maharaj used to do. But what did Putana do? Sa khechari ekadotpatya Yashodananda Gokulam Yoshitva Mayatmanam Pravishat Kamachari. She came by the airway. So Krishna is saying, Itni utkantha, so much desire to see me. And she came from home to home searching for me. If you come to Vrindavan searching for me, and if you don't get back home, back to God, this is the heart of Krishna. He never sees anybody's fault. Prabhura Swabhav Bhakter Nalay Aparam. Alpa Seva Bahumane Atma Paryanta Prasad. Chaitanya Charitamrita describes, if someone makes a lot of mistake, Krishna does not see. And if someone performs little service, Krishna sees with open eyes. In Braj Bhasha it is described, Avgun Kare Samudrasam Ganatana Apno Jan. Krishna does not know the counting when it comes to fault. But Rai ke sam bhajan ko manapani. If someone performs bhajan like a mustard seed, Krishna will see Mount Meru in that. How much this devotee loves me. Dear devotee, this is Ratha Puja. This is the heart of Krishna. So much sweetness. It is a well of sweet water in oceanic depth. This is the heart of Krishna. And therefore, Ananda Vardhana. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said, Yashoda Nandana, then Nanda Tanaya, Rasakupa, Ananda Vardhana. He is the son of Yashoda and Nanda Baba, therefore his heart is filled with the heart of his parents. And because it is overflooding, Ananda Vardhana, he can give that joy to others. Krishna has this quality, dear devotees. He makes everybody happy. Sometimes in devotee circles also you can do. If someone is being, like nice, the other person will say, don't try to be too nice. You cannot please everyone. You are not Krishna. So even in a fight, they invoke this fact that Krishna can please everyone. One time, two rickshaw drivers were fighting in Uttar Pradesh. Not a joke, real story. Anyway, two rickshaw drivers in Uttar Pradesh fighting cannot be joke. So two rickshaw drivers were fighting in India, in Uttar Pradesh. And they were like, free, spontaneously, unconditional, unmotivated, uninterrupted exchange, heartfelt exchange. They invoke all the relations in their Apurva Amrita Nadi Vahe Tara. So when they were fighting with each other, the third rickshaw driver came. He said, शर्म करो दोनों, राम और कृष्ण के भूमि में होकर झगड़ रहे हो। राम और कृष्ण तो सबको सुन, एक दूसरे को तो पुराण से। Very deep. That rickshaw driver was some Mahatma only. He said, this place is the place of Ram and Krishna. You are fighting. They could please everyone. You at least try to please each other. Be happy. So Krishna is such that he can please everyone. Ramachandra is such that Anandavardhana. They can please everyone. Whoever comes in contact with the Supreme Lord becomes happy. Therefore, the Lord, one of his names is Ananda. Ananda. Anandamaya Bhyasa. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Mataya Manasu Yapraninam Pratiphalam Smaratam Upetya. Leelayitena Bhuvanani Jaya Krishna Govindamadi. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitavi Stavidya Eva Nija Rupa Taya Kalavi Poloka Meva Nivasati Akhilatma Bhuto Govindamadi. In so many verses in Shastra, it is this Krishna's Ananda, joy personified. In Chandogya Upanishad describes, to the north of Krishna there is peace, to the south of Krishna there is peace, to the east of Krishna there is peace, to the west of Krishna there is peace, to the northeast of Krishna there is peace, to the northwest of Krishna there is peace. Peace. There is southwest, southeast of Krishna, up, down, everywhere there is peace. Why? Because Krishna himself is the abode. Anybody who comes in contact with Krishna, they feel more happier than you. Therefore, Nanda ko bhi Ananda bhayo. Jai Kanhaiya Lal. Nanda, the word Nanda itself comes from the root word Ananda. The prefix A means too much. So Nanda means joy. A plus Nanda means too much joy. Like the word Shrama means hard work. Grihastha Ashrama means that laughter had so much realization. क्योंकि उनको पता है अभी प्रसाद मिलेगा शाम को नहीं मिलेगा. So A means, the prefix means heightened effect. So Nanda means joy, Ananda means too much joy. So Nanda bhi Ananda bhayo. Nanda Maharaj, who himself is joy personified, he became overjoyed when Krishna appeared. Sukha Sagar, ocean of joy. It is described. Sthirachara Brujinatna Susmita Shri Mukhena Brajapura Vanitanam Vardhen Tamadevam. If anybody is sad in Vrindavan, Krishna will go to that person and cut jokes one after another. And only when that person starts laughing will Krishna leave from him. This is a quality of Krishna. So some friends of Krishna who want Krishna's attention all the time. So Krishna will go all the way to them. And he would say, what happened? No, I'm not happy. They are happy, but they want that attention from Krishna. And Krishna will sit there and cut different jokes. And Krishna has unlimited jokes and tickling jokes. So many jokes. Madan Kishore was going to love it back home, back together. Befriending Krishna and laughing to his jokes, like all of us do. Who doesn't like a person who cuts jokes and is happy all the time, right? We like to be next to such a person, and that is Krishna. He is not a judgmental person sitting there. Prem nahi develop hua, udhar khade. Kitna prem hai? Aisa nahi. You made it back home, back to God, and now Krishna will hold you. He will sit next to you. On the swing, he will swing with you. He will cut jokes with you. He will tell you stories. He will tell you so many funny jokes. Krishna will steal somebody's lunch box and then give it and put it in the bag of another friend. And then that friend doesn't know. So this friend, and then Krishna will go and say, how about we eat something? Let me see what your mother has cooked today. And that person is searching for his lunch box. What happened? No, the lunch box is not seen. Maybe you forgot it. No, I remember. I need to one proper also. I'll come. You know, it's fun when you have a class and then you're close to the lunchtime. Because all the jokes are also prasadam oriented. Sometimes even when they're not connected, I say a story like that, and then everyone's like, "Kab tak aise so rahe the? Prasadam ka baat."
Full energy.
So where is your lunchbox? I don't know. Let's search. No, why will he take? No, Krishna, I don't. And then the friend will say, let's go and search. And then Krishna will tell another friend. And everyone's laughing. Everyone's joking. Krishna loves to laugh and Krishna loves to play. And not that he will do it when someone does it to him. Like, well, why do bad things happen to good people? He doesn't do that. He loves it. He will also laugh. He will also laugh. Dear devotees, when things don't go so right in your life, understand you're getting close to Krishna because now Krishna started playing friends. When we are very far away from Krishna, Krishna doesn't care. But the more we perform bhakti, and we see sometimes life has some changes, Krishna is very nice friends with us. And if you say, I know Krishna, it's you. I know it's you. You can do whatever you want, I am here. That's when Krishna says, fantastic. You're actually my friend. Because you could see, you see, friends, they cut jokes with each other. But an outsider who comes, you cut a joke with them, they will get angry. They'll be like, why did you say that? Oh, it's a joke. Right? So when we are outsiders to Krishna and Krishna plays with us, we get angry. But the more we get devoted to him and Krishna plays a prank with us, we're like, come on, Krishna, I know it's you. Krishna's always cutting jokes. Everyone. Karnanandisa narma ramya vachanam koting doshitangaka. Chaitanya Charitamrita describes. Krishna goes, cuts jokes. What kind of jokes? They are filled with metaphors. They are filled with alliterations. And sometimes they're tongue twisting jokes. So the person is laughing just by hearing it. And then when nothing works, Krishna embraces the devotee. He stands on the body of that devotee and feels so much. 4 names to do. Yashodanandana, Nandakupa, Nandatanaya, Rasakupa, and Ananda. How beautiful. Very, very sweet. Let us sing just the first stanza of the song with all the feelings that we have amassed in our heart. Okay? Let's go.
Harinama Tora, Harika Swarupa, Harinama Tora, Harika Swarupa, Yashodanandana, Ananda Varsana, Nanda Kanaya
So beautiful. With meaning, when you can meditate on these names, the song becomes bhajan. Otherwise, it is sangeet. If you sing without meaning, it is sangeet. It is music. But if you sing with meaning in the heart, then it becomes bhajan. We will just touch the second stanza a bit, and then we will let go. We will see you at the Raghunath temple. We'll just touch a little. What does the second stanza start with? Putana Ghatana, Trinavarta Hana, Shakata Bhanjana Yoga. Putana Ghatana means the killer of Putana. Krishna touched Putana with his lips. Krishna touched Trinavarta with his forearm. And Krishna touched Shakata with his feet. Three names have been given in the order: lips, arm, and then the feet. You see? Putana first, Trinavarta, and then Shakat Bhanjan. Why did Krishna do this? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says Krishna killed the demons just to tell Mother Yashoda that I'm healthy. All my parts of my body are growing well. Your breast milk is wonderful. You're nourishing Manohar laddus and all the wonderful butter and yogurt that you give, all the makhan mystery that you give me is so tasty and wonderful that all parts of my body are nourished. And I can give you a proof of that. Through the lips by killing Putana, look how powerful my lips are. By strangulating Trinavarta, look how powerful my elbows are. And by kicking the cart and toppling it, look how powerful my feet are. By eating dirt and showing the universe in the mouth. Oh, Mother, can you imagine my digestive system? I can throw in mud and it creates universes. Other digestive systems doesn't do that. You throw in whatever you want. Health is good. But for Krishna, he can throw in mud, dirt, and what happens? Universes are formed. Oh, Mother, by your blessings, my body is going good. And Mother Yashoda said, how about the ball and socket joint? Krishna said, don't worry, Dhenukasur! Give it to you. How about your fingers and palms? Oh, no problem. Arishtasur! How about the whole arm? No problem. Keshi? So all the demons came in Vrindavan only so that Mother Yashoda could get a proof that her child, all parts of his body are well nourished. These demons are so glorious. They are teaching us a very beautiful verse from the Bhagavad Gita. They came from their home in Mathura and they went to Vrindavan and never returned. Krishna says in the Gita, Yatkatva na nivartante sadhamam paramam. My abode is so great that once you come, you never return. The demon said, really? Let's prove it to the world. Let's leave our home in Mathura and go to Vrindavan. And when we go to Vrindavan, you'll never return. This is the point that we go to Vrindavan in one way. Great demon. It is described, Putana represents a false guru. There are so many types of gurus. Bahava Guruvas Santi, Shishya Srittapaharaka, Satguru, Durlabham Devi, Shishya Santapa. But Shiva tells Mother Parvati, in this world there are many gurus, and most of them steal the pocket of the disciple. But a pure Vaishnava is very rare. Because he doesn't steal the pocket, he goes beyond and steals the heart. So that is a pure Vaishnava. But a fake guru, he's like Putana. He acts like a mother, but murders the desire of all good. Acts as if he's nourishing with his milk, which means his katha or whatever he does. But actually that is poison for the soul. He's not taking back. This is Putana. The word Putana means Putan api nayati iti Putana. She who was so cruel that she would kidnap even babies. Now, there are asuras. Those who are not demigods, suras are called asuras. But in that there is a class called as Rakshasas. They are cannibals. Not all asuras are Rakshasas. There are many who are not divine, but they don't eat the flesh of others. But the Rakshasas do. But they also have rules and proper ethics. They don't attack three kinds of people. They don't attack cows. They don't attack senior citizens and women. And they don't attack children. They attack the male, the brahmanas, soft flesh and sweet blood. The asuras, more worse than that, are Rakshasas. But what the Rakshasas don't do, that Putana was doing. Kidnapping, murdering, and eating the flesh of the living, which was horrifying. And that Putana was uplifted. What does it show? The word Putana, Ghatana shows, my Lord, I am like Putana. Why? Because I am acting as if I'm a devotee. Like Putana acted like she was a mother. But actually I am not a devotee. I am acting like a devotee. Mathe tilak kanthi mala, achhe pike sundar mala. I am having tilak and kanthi mala. But behind the back, I'm doing nefarious activity. I'm criticizing Vaishnavas. I'm not chanting properly. I'm eating things that I'm not supposed to. I'm wearing things that I'm not supposed to. I'm viewing things that I'm not supposed to. I'm speaking things that I'm not supposed to. I'm acting in a way that's not devotional. Yet, I want the respect that comes of a Vaishnava. I'm Putana. And what am I doing? I'm taking on innocent lives and destroying them. Either sometimes our cars may have leather skin, our wallets, our belts, our shoes may have leather skin. That is Putana mentality, to live off the skin of others. Or if not in this life, we may have done it in previous lives. So we should tell Krishna, I am like Putana. But you're Putana. You can uplift even someone as fallen as Putana. My Lord, please uplift. The very great Saint Surdas from Vrindavan. He wrote, Mausam Akon Kutil Khalkami, Tum so kaha chipe karunamay sabjiv antaryami. Surdas, whose netrahin, who could never see this world, he writes, who is that person who's more wicked, more lusty, and more crooked than me? Surdas ji writes, Udar udar bhari vishayo ko dhave jaise sukar grami. I am only thinking of eating and enjoying my senses like a village. My Lord, you are hiding in everybody's heart as Paramatma, but my life is so unfortunate. You are hiding as Paramatma, even your mercy is hiding from me. Please uplift me. Rupa Goswami writes in the Padyavali, I became a devotee, Rupa Goswami writes, by hearing two stories, Gajendra and Draupadi. He said, I got to know two things. That if you call out to Krishna, Krishna will come, point number one. Second, he will come quick. He said, I became a devotee because of these two stories. And now I'm calling out to Krishna. And both are not turning out true. He is not coming. And forget about he coming. So Krishna is there. It's Rupa Goswami's humility and great eagerness. Then who will uplift you? Narottam Das Thakur writes, Jodi daya na karibe patita dekhiya, patita pavan namak kishere lagiye. Aap kaun ho patita pavan? Your name is Patita Pavan, the uplifter of the fallen. Who am I? I am fallen. So if you don't uplift me, tell me who gave you this name? Narottam Das Thakur is asking, Jodi daya na karibe patita dekhiya. After seeing this pati, if you still don't uplift me, patita pavan namak kishere lagiye, kisne diya ye nama? Ki uddhar karo Prabhu, please uplift me. Kripaya tava pada pankaja sthita dhuli sadrishangu. This is Putana. Nobody can be more fallen than Jagai and Madai. But Jagai and Madai were also uplifted. Nobody could be more fallen than the prostitute who came to allure Haridas Thakur. but she was also uplifted. Nobody can be more fallen than Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and Kamsa, and Hiranyakashipu, and Putana in this regard. But the Lord's heart is oceanic in compassion. I asked my Guru Maharaj once, at what point will we be sure that Krishna will not uplift? Like, for Shishupal, like there was a 100, there was an end limit. So what is that limit for us? My Guru Maharaj said, if you take a matchstick and throw it into the ocean, what will happen? He said, nothing. He said, what if you throw a lot of fire? Nothing will happen. He said, why? Because that's the ocean and this is fire. Krishna's heart is like the ocean. Our mistakes are like matchsticks. How many ever offenses, mistakes, faults we may have had over lifetime, the tides, oceanic tides in Krishna's heart of compassion, Krishna's compassionate heart, it doesn't consider any of our. We judge people around. Krishna is not even seeing. Krishna sees only one thing. He belongs to me. This jiva belongs to me and I love him unconditionally. That's all. We are the ones going around giving names. Krishna doesn't even consider. Jai Mora Naam Shune Tar Punya Chai. Kaviraj Goswami writes, anybody who hears my name, all their piety will go away. Jai Mora Naam Kahe, anybody who says my name, Krishna Das Kaviraj, they will go to hell. Purushera Kita Hoite Muise Laghishta, Jagai Madhai Hoite Muise Pakishta. I am more sinful than Jagai and Madhai, and I am more fallen than the gods. Not true. That's the heart of a devotee. Self-deprecating nature of a Vaishnava. Vaishnavas are always self-deprecating. They will never say, if someone says, oh, thank you, Prabhu, you invited and 100 people came, they will never say, this is nothing. You have actually not seen my power. Yat vibhuti matsatvam srimad urjita nevava tatta teva vatakshitvam. No, it is just a spark of my. Sometimes this happens. Like a senior brahmachari came and one college program had to be arranged. One boy from the college was called. Said, Taki sabko bolo ki there should be a program. And about 75 people came. So that brahmachari told the college boy, thank you, you went around putting fire and posters and 75 people came. He said, Prabhuji, I don't think you heard last time when we arranged. I announced 500 people came. He said, I have a technique. I make my own video and I put it on all WhatsApp. So this brahmachari was telling me, this person needs some guidance and humility. Is that the way we should speak to our superior? When they say you have done something, always self-deprecating. That they came because you were the you should always so two things are there, dear devotees, as we conclude today's session. Last 30 seconds. Two things. Our life should be like the ends of a string. How should the string be? Look here. This is how the string should be. Which means on one end, I am most fallen. I don't deserve. I have made a lot of mistakes. Krishna, I don't know he will ever see me. Mahaprabhu thought like that. That's why he stood next to the Garuda Stamba. He said, Jagannath will not see me, but he will see Garuda. And if he sees Garuda, if I stand next, then Jagannath may see me also. Now you tell me, millions and millions of Garudas will fall at the dust of Mahaprabhu. But the self-deprecating nature of Vaishnavism is such that this end of the string is such that I don't think I have any hope. But on the other hand, the other string, the other end, is great eagerness to get it. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita mati kiyatam yadi kutopi labhyate tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam koti janma sukritirna labhyate. My Lord, apart from you, I have nobody. And I will attain you in one lifetime. Somebody asked Prabhupada in Australia, how long does it take to become Krishna conscious? 1 minute. You are not reading Bhagavad Gita? 1 minute. That person in Australia. Prabhupada said, Sarva Dharman Parityajyami Ekam Dharam. 1 minute, that's all. Now you tell me, is it 1 minute? But in Prabhupada's language of eagerness, if you have that eagerness, Krishna will manifest right now. If you call like Draupadi, Krishna will manifest. If you call like Gajendra, Krishna will manifest. So on one end, we need that eagerness that yes, I may be fallen. I may have made lots of mistakes, but I trust Krishna's compassion more than my ability to make mistakes. But on the other end of the string, in a self-deprecating way, I don't know if Krishna will have mercy on me. And when both ends go this way, the string becomes tight. And that is the string of devotion. The string of devotion becomes tight. On one end, eagerness to catch Krishna. And on the other hand, I am like Putana, but Krishna, you are the Uddharaka, the uplifter. We don't put a full stop, but we put a comma at this point. Because you'll continue from Trinavartahana this evening. Gaur Premanande! Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki!
Jai. Jai.
Our very beloved, wonderful founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki!
Jai.
Such a beautiful pastime. All of this in the name. And all these pastimes are filled in Srimad Bhagavatam. So many. Trinavarta, Putana. In fact, Putana has a whole chapter for herself. Do you know? One whole chapter for Putana. Srimad Bhagavatam is Paramananda Pathaya, Prema Varshya Aksharayate, Sarvada, Sarvasevyaya, Shri Krishnaya Namostame. Srila Sanatana Goswami says every akshara, every syllable of Srimad Bhagavatam has so much joy. And it is described, dear devotees, Sada Sevya, Srimad Bhagavati Katha, Yasya Shravana Matrena, Hari Chittam Samashtaye. How many of us have read Srimad Bhagavatam? Oh, others must definitely read. Definitely. And for those of us who have read it, we should read many more times. Narad Muni was asked, how many times should we read Srimad Bhagavatam? Exact count. You want to hear? Exact number. There's no count. Narad Muni said, Sada Sevya. Eternally read, eternally read. Yes, Srimad Bhagavati Katha. Why? Yasya Shravana Matrena. Just by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Hari Chittam Samashtaye. He whose shelter we have to take, he ends up taking shelter of the heart of the Vaishnava. It is described in that person's house where Srimad Bhagavatam is read, that place where Srimad Bhagavatam is spoken, that place where Srimad Bhagavatam is heard and worshipped. What do we get? The benefit that one gets by serving 1 million cows and the benefit that we get by serving Tulsi continuously put together is given in the home where Srimad Bhagavatam is served. Prati shloke, prati akshare nana arthikoy, Krishna tulya bhagavat vidhu sarvash. So therefore, all these elaborations that I'm trying for the next few days is all based on Srimad Bhagavatam, because all these names are windows which open up the pastimes in the Srimad Bhagavatam. As we wrap up our second session, I would like to, with folded palms on behalf of the temple and the GBC of North America, request all of you to kindly help. The GBC has given the target of 108 Srimad Bhagavatam sets for Radha Kalachandji. Because for the Bhadra campaign and for Srimad Bhagavatam at large, the target that the GBC has set is 100,000 Srimad Bhagavatam sets by 2026. And the mini target for our Radha Kalachandji Dham here is 108 Srimad Bhagavatam. And we have done 25 Bhagavatam sets. We have another 83 to go. So if devotees can help, I will consider my coming here to this. Because my coming here is not for anything else, but to inspire as many people as possible to read Srimad Bhagavatam, sponsor Srimad Bhagavatam, share it with the world, teach it to others, hear it, go deeper in the content distribution
and the book distribution. Both. The content is distributed through printing, and the books are distributed through book distribution. So you can always contact our Daujinitai Prabhu, who's maintaining the sets, and you can share in your sponsorship for this event. It will definitely be a very nice offering that we can give to Srila Prabhupada from this place. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare
So,
Krishna.
I'll be here. If anybody wants to sponsor any Bhagavatam set, please see me. Thank you so much, Amarendra Pr, for coming so long. Us for sponsoring Srimad Bhagavatam sets for the pleasure of the Radha Kalatan. So please let me know. We have different schemes as well. As I was talking about that in yesterday's program. So we have a Mahayajna which is going to be conducted, which Nityananda Prabhu, his praise Nityananda Prabhu is going to conduct, and then is going to offer the names of the families along with the Srimad Bhagavatam sets. And also not only that, he has also extended the mercy by conducting some yagyas in Tirupati Balaji as well. So the names which will be called here also be called in the yajna that is going to be performed in the Tirupati. So you can whoever wants, please come and see me, or please see Ajinkya Prabhu. So whoever is present, just please either give the names, or I can also take the Lakshmi right away, or maybe you can just give the name, you can transfer it later. But at least give the name and what you are doing. Yeah, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.